What was the impact of the fall on society and family? In general, God created men to be more accomplishment-oriented and women to be more relationship-oriented. This is why Adam's primary commission from God was in the area of labor and accomplishment, to cultivate and keep the Garden of Eden. Eve's primary commission was in the area of relationships as a helper and partner to her husband. Correspondingly, when mankind fell to sin, Adam and Eve's curses were also related to labor and relationships. For Adam, the ground was cursed so his labor would become toilsome. For Eve, God multiplied her pain in childbirth and warned her about the effect of sin on her marriage. Of course, men also have a relational side, and women also esteem labor and accomplishments, so this really speaks of our primary orientations, not our only orientations. Adam's labor before the fall. Before the fall, I believe both the environment and Adam's mental and physical abilities were flawless. His labor would have been unimaginably fulfilling, marked by fluid creativity and innovation. Over time, he would have experienced success after success, with his influence always expanding, kind of like a career path that goes from one plateau to another. As the population grew, all people would have used their unique gifts and abilities and labored harmoniously alongside one another. Adam and his descendants would have built homes, cities, technologies, and governing and organizational structures completely devoid of sinful influence. There would have been an abundance of every kind of valuable good and service. No one would have worried about how to survive. The earth would have been far beyond any conception of utopia that fallen mankind has contrived. Adam's labor after the fall. After the fall, Adam's labor became a frustrating struggle. He faced opposition from the environment and diminished mental and physical abilities. He faced setbacks, injuries, and confusing problems with no solution. As the population grew, people frequently worked against one another, vying for position, ruled by selfish motives. Leaders enslaved and dominated others. People toiled to make ends meet and worried about the future. There was poverty, starvation, and violent conflicts over valuable resources. Eve's family before the fall. Without sin, Eve's relationships with her husband, children, and others would have been completely pure. She would have given herself to her husband unreservedly. She would have been delighted to help him because she knew he always had her best interest at heart. She would never have questioned his motives or worried he might try to dominate her. She would never have felt jealous because she knew his romantic desire was for her alone. She would have felt no compulsion to try to control him because she knew he perfectly relied on God's grace to lead their family. She would have freely poured out love and wisdom into her children. She would have watched her beautiful legacy expand to grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and on and on. Her family line would have been forever devoid of pain, fear, or grief. Eve's family after the fall. After the fall, Adam and Eve's marriage was distorted by sin. Pain and distrust crept in. Just as God warned, Eve was prone to idolizing Adam, looking more to him for her sense of value and security than to God. This caused her to often feel jealous and insecure. Also, as God warned, Adam was now prone to ruling over Eve from selfish motives. This caused her to become fearful about how he led their family. She also experienced multiplied pain in childbirth, which really paralleled the pain she experienced in their spiritual development. She saw her children rebel, hurt one another, develop addictions, and cause her heavy grief. Hope for the future. This contrast between what is and what could have been can honestly be really sad and heavy to think about. But the good news for those of us who know Jesus Christ is that everything that mankind lost by rebelling against God will one day be recovered. We will spend eternity as part of God's eternal family, enjoying pure, fulfilling relationships, and we will labor and accomplish incredible things, working side by side in a perfectly restored new heavens and new earth. This is the wonderful hope and the redemption that Jesus Christ purchased for mankind on the cross. This is our future. If you'd like to learn more, you can check out my free book available at the link provided. Thanks for watching.